this light. It's been 2 full rotations crossing a highway, so it's taking a while. So I might as well talk. It's been a long time since the last video. A whole bunch of chaotic, life-changing stuff has happened over the last 6 months, causing me to, I completely fell off of trail running and running in general, and ultimately dug a pretty big hole for myself over the last 6 months with a never-ending stream of bottles of alcohol. And I am now just about 90 minutes away from being 5 days sober. So I thought I would, in a way, running led to the beginning of the darkness. It wasn't running, it was my response to some stuff that happened, and now returning to running has sort of brought me out. And so there's going to be a little shift in the channel. It's still going to be about running and training to be an ultra runner, ultimately and primarily. It's certainly not going to just become about addiction and sobriety, although this particular episode is definitely about that. A little brief conversation. I'm going to probably be making the videos a little shorter. Much as I love making 45-minute mini documentaries, not everyone wants to watch that, obviously. Time is precious, and there's a lot of stuff competing for your attention, so that will be more rare. That will probably be reserved for either big discussions or, a race video or crewing someone or something like that. Otherwise, I'll probably try to keep them from between, 5 to 15 minutes, something like that, whatever, in length, and a little bit more concise. So it will always be related to a trail running or running somehow in general, and then it'll be talking about X, because there should probably be some content that's of interest, something to engage with beyond just feet on the ground repetitiously. So I'm just waiting at a red light on my way to Chestnut Ridge, where I run more than any other place because it's very close to my house. And that's it. So I'll do a little bit more talking when I get there about what's been going on. One thing this is not going to become is sort of like a channel that's about evangelism for sobriety. It's not. I have no interest in becoming addicted to sobriety in the manner that I have been doing a lot of reading, and one of the first kind of traps that I definitely want to just avoid completely is being preachy or anything, because there are obviously many people who do not have a problem and can moderate and things like that in their behavior, and everyone's different, and what I do is not necessarily good for you and vice versa. So it's not going to be that. I don't want to turn anybody off and think that I will always be talking about this stuff as it relates to me, not as it relates to how I think the world should be. So that's just a promise right here and now. So, I almost got through. Not quite. Next time. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm really wanting to run. I don't want to be talking a whole lot while I'm on the trails. So I'm going to make it short and sweet. Explanation. This is not about a pity party, so I'm not even going to be specific about stuff. This is about my response to my burden. Everybody has their own. So the individual thing that happened does not make me special. So I'm not going to talk about that. A bunch of stuff happened. I've always had an addictive personality. I smoked cigarettes heavily for most of my adult life, although I quit 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. I've had an experience with a habitual, chronic, no pun intended, day to night cannabis habit, which I also had been able to get control of and fix. I've been addicted, to shopping. I fixed that. A bunch of good stuff happened, and then a bunch of not so good stuff happened, and I did not respond to it very well. I had a very I lived inside of a very comfortable vacuum, and when I finally was faced with some real stuff, that sort of privileged, saccharine, too easy lifestyle, I started looking for solace in the bottom of a bottle. I had gotten all these other things under control that had really been my thing. Alcohol had never really been my thing. I've never had an issue with not drinking, and I've gone for very long periods of time with no alcohol consumption. Never had an issue with it until literally 6 months ago, right before the holidays, when things started going kind of in the crapper, when some real shit started happening, and I did not deal with it well, and I started drinking to numb everything, and so that's what happened. And it was kicked off by my failure last year, which has been covered in other videos, and if you've seen them before, you know this, that I had failed quite miserably in my desire to run my first ultra marathon, within 3 months of having started running. It was indicative of my addictive personality, and it was an absolutely unrealistic expectation, and it did not happen, and I didn't do well with that, and I stopped running, and running had been this thing that had been so joyous for me, and that was gone, and then all this other stuff happened, and so weirdly, the other things that I had addiction problems with, that smoking cigarettes in the past, and cannabis, and spending money frivolously because I had it, I didn't resort to any of that. Excuse me. I leaned on alcohol for some reason, and it started around the holidays, which is when I would normally imbibe more than I did at other times. So I'm here at the park now. So anyways, that's the sort of kind of medium story about how I got to where I am right now, and I'm going to do a little warm-up hike/jog, and I'll do a little bit more talking, and then obviously I'm here at the park now. I'm just doing a little warm-up hike/jog so I can finish this up and then put the camera back in the car and do my run. So I'm here, it's Thursday, and my brother-in-law, who you may recall introduced me to trail running, has started a Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. trail running group, Central Ohio Ridge Runners, and it's been really great. And in fact, a unexpected catalyst towards me realizing I needed to be sober. I met someone here, Sarah. Her name is Sarah. She's sober, and I'm just going to talk really briefly because I need to start running, but I saw the picture that she posted before and after sobriety, and of course there was a marked, very obvious physical difference. I don't remember how much weight she lost. It's an insane. She's also fixed her diet and things like that, but the sober part was obviously crucial. And what made me relate it to my own life when I saw this before and after picture, basically what I'm trying to drill down to here. I can often be a little bit too verbose. I'll try to fix that. Although I guess I am what I am a little bit. But anyways, she more than the physical transformation, which was amazing, impressive, inspiring, was the difference in her smile. On the left was a smile I didn't believe, and on the right was a smile that I did believe. And I don't know, that was really powerful to me. It hit me hard, and I think it was within a few days, because I haven't known her very long, at all really, in the grand scheme of things. Just a couple weeks, but it was a huge impact on my life. And so anyways, it resulted in me deciding that I needed to do the same thing, that moderation was now out of my grasp. Something I had been able to do my whole life with alcohol, I was no longer able to do it. So I must abstain, and I don't believe I can really do the sober curious model. I don't think I can safely go back at all in any way to alcohol. So anyway, thank you for that inspiration, Sarah. I've come to be quite fond of you in a very short amount of time, and it's safe to say that it has literally changed my life very quickly. And I think just before things started to get really bad, because I am experiencing, today is the first time that I've experienced rather uncomfortable physical withdrawal. I haven't felt good all day, which is why I wanted to get out here and run in the first place. So that's it. Just a brief catch up. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to this, but I'm gonna do it in more bite-sized portions. So give you a little bit of the trail now. Fun little sprint, only about a quarter mile. It's a small piece of single track, but I like to start with it. I'll finish up now. That's good enough. I just wanted to let everybody know what was going on. But one last thing, I am being more realistic with my expectations about when I'm going to be able to run an ultra distance, especially considering what I'm going through right now. But I have to concentrate on lots of stuff, wellness wise. But I am going to attempt later on this year, I think in September, around my birthday maybe, I'll be 46. My first 20-mile trail run. I'm just going to do a solo run, not a race. For right now, I'm not doing races this year. I need to work on my conditioning, continue to build my strength training, and I need to do it without the pressure of the expectations I place on myself for a race. So I've got a lot of health stuff that, not health, nutrition that I have fixed now, but I need to drop some pounds as well. I put on a lot of weight because of the alcohol use. So, I think that's it. That's my goal for the year. I'm feeling pretty confident about that 20-mile run. My wife and I just ran this past Mother's Day. Our tradition now is to go out to Clear Creek Park and do at least the 10-mile out and back that we love so much. It's our favorite place to run. Anyways, we ran that 10-mile out and back, both of us, faster than we ever have before. So, and I also ran out here at Chestnut Ridge, the fastest 5K that I've ever run here. I have to run it flat if I want to actually PR my 5K, but that's not happening this year. I'm not concentrating on speed at all. So that's it. That's the catch up. I don't even know how long this is, but I certainly know it's not going to be one of those 45-minute behemoths. So I appreciate those of you who have stuck with, or anyone who's new. I'm going to be much more regular with this because it's going to be more of like a weekly, at least, vlog. I want to be able to do a couple videos a week, but I want to commit to one for now, one per week. So thanks for listening. This is a nice sounding board for me. I'm comfortable doing this. I don't want to talk to a therapist or anything. I don't have issues to work through from my past or anything like that. I just I like sharing, and I think trail running videos are awesome. And I think trail running videos that also have a little bit of added value content are even better. So that's what I'm looking for out here. Thanks for watching.